America's Forgotten Stories. Every town has a story. Sometimes history just forgot to tell it. Welcome to America's Forgotten Stories. Episode 2. Why did America import camels? Camels in Arizona still sound ridiculous today. So imagine hearing the idea in Washington, D.C. more than 170 years ago. Believe it or not, the United States government seriously believed camels might be the future of the American West. Last time, we discovered something almost impossible to believe, that 25 camels once crossed what is now Kingman, Arizona. But that raises an even bigger question. Why would the United States Army ever think camels belonged in the American West? The answer begins thousands of miles away, and with a man whose name would later become one of the most controversial in American history. In 1848, the Mexican-American War ended. Almost overnight, the United States gained an enormous amount of new land, stretching across today's Arizona, New Mexico, California, Utah, and Nevada. It was a vast frontier, beautiful, remote, and incredibly difficult to cross. The army needed roads. Settlers needed safe routes west. Supplies had to reach distant military forts. But there was one enormous obstacle: the desert. For generations, horses and mules had carried America's soldiers westward. But the deserts of the Southwest were unlike anything most Americans had ever experienced. Water was scarce. Summer temperatures were brutal. Animals collapsed from exhaustion. Heavy wagons became trapped in sand and rocky washes. Military leaders knew something had to change. One man believed he had the answer. His name was Jefferson Davis. Years before he became president of the Confederate States during the Civil War, Davis served as the United States Secretary of War. He had studied reports from explorers, merchants, and military officers serving in North Africa and the Middle East. One fact kept appearing. Camels thrived where horses failed. They carried heavier loads. They could travel for days without water. And they survived on thorny desert plants that other animals refused to eat. To many people, the idea sounded absurd. To Jefferson Davis, it sounded practical. In 1855, Congress approved funding for one of the strangest military experiments in American history. Army officers were sent across the Mediterranean. They traveled through Egypt, Turkey, Tunisia, and other parts of the Ottoman Empire. Their mission was simple: buy the strongest camels they could find. They returned with dozens of camels, along with experienced camel drivers who actually knew how to care for them. One of those men would become an Arizona legend. His name was Haji Ali. Most Americans struggled to pronounce it, so they simply called him Hi Jolly. Transporting camels across the Atlantic wasn't easy. The Navy modified the USS Supply with specially designed stalls and lifting equipment to safely load and unload the animals. Imagine standing on an American dock in 1856, watching enormous camels walk off a Navy ship for the very first time. Many people had never seen anything like them. Some laughed. Some stared in disbelief. Others wondered if the Army had completely lost its mind. The camels were taken to Camp Verde, Texas, where training began. It didn't go smoothly. The camels groaned. They bit. They spat. Their powerful odor terrified horses and mules. Soldiers who had spent their lives working with traditional livestock suddenly found themselves trying to control stubborn 1,000-pound animals that seemed determined to ignore every command. Many wanted the experiment abandoned before it had even begun. Then, in 1857, an opportunity arrived. President James Buchanan selected Navy Lieutenant Edward Fitzgerald Beale to survey a wagon road across the 35th parallel, from Fort Defiance to the Colorado River. It would be the perfect test. If camels could succeed anywhere, they could succeed here. Soon, Beale, High Jolly, 25 camels, soldiers, mule teams, and wagons would begin one of the most unusual expeditions in American history. Would the camels prove everyone wrong? Or would this strange experiment become one of the Army's greatest failures? Next time, we'll follow Edward Fitzgerald Beale and the Camel Corps as they set out across Arizona, unknowingly creating a route that would one day become Route 66. I'm Susan, and this is America's Forgotten Stories. Until next time, keep looking for the history hidden in plain sight.